Hello, everyone, and welcome to Part-Time Passion, making YouTube a side job. I am Cami-Cat. I currently have about 109,000 subscribers at the moment. My channel is known for making music, making D&D music, making game music, what have you. And I currently work as a full-time news assistant at CNN. And these are my lovely friends.
Hi.
We're doing a great... I'm really good at introductions.
I guess that was the lead-in right there.
Yeah, that's the lead-in right there. So what we can do is go ahead and introduce.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, hi everyone. Everyone knows me as Chi-Chi. My channel has about 160,000 subs. And my channel is primarily known for music, some voice acting here and there, but at the moment, primarily music. And I am a recent graduate. I just finished graduate. I just finished graduate school this year, and I'm going out into the real world for work and stuff like that. Yeah!
Hooray!
Huzzah.
Hello everybody, my name is Kathy Chan, and I am a YouTuber that has 120k subs. I normally do covers. Sometimes I want to do a talk show, but that's for later. And I kind of really mostly just do voice acting on the side. I do pretty much school part-time, and then I also do a part-time job at the Cheesecake Factory. I like cheesecake.
God, yes.
Cheesecake is good.
Cheesecake is good.
Cheesecake is very good.
Real quick, favorite cheesecake flavors go.
Turtle.
Chocolate,
The hazelnut one. The hazelnut one.
Chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate mousse.
I've started becoming a fan of mochi.
Mochi's so good.
But my name is djsmell. I have a YouTube channel with around 180k, I believe. Generally, I do song covers, some song parodies, some voice acting stuff sometimes. Just kind of whatever I want to dump on there. And on the side, I also currently work at the Cheesecake Factory along with Kathy. And that's I'm also looking for other employment, just to make a little more dough. I sometimes do some DoorDash for fun. But yeah, that's kind of where I am right now.
Nice. Very, very nice. So before we go any further, we'd like to give you a quick disclaimer. We are not experts in this topic, and not everyone's path in this whole thing is going to look the same at all. Like, we all have very, very different paths getting into this. So we're going to be discussing methods that we on the panel know of that work, whether that worked for us or somebody else that we know. And we want to just let you guys know, to the best of our ability, don't take this as the word of law, because at the end of the day, this is all up to you.
Yeah, something might stick for you that doesn't work for someone else.
Take this as some friendly advice.
A rough
Not the
outline.
law.
Exactly.
A rough outline, if you will.
Yes.
Yes. Very, very much so. So we're going to play a little bit of a sort of trivia-esque kind of thing, starting out.
No one told me this was a game show.
I know. I surprised you. Ta-da! Joke's on you. Welcome to What Did You Make Your Channel For?
Oh, shoot!
So, we've compiled this list of reasons why people have made a YouTube channel. These are things that either we have done or someone that we know has done. And so we want you to take a minute, just look at some of these. I bet you already have some in your head, in your brain.
Yes.
And yes.
Yes.
And when you come to look at them again, you'll find they are different colors.
Oh my
Dun
gosh.
dun dun!
This trivia show is off
Dare
the rail.
they?
I know. What we kind of have done with this list is, in our own opinion, kind of compile what we consider to be some good methods in there. Green being, oh yeah, you got it. You got the right idea. Yellow is you got the spirit. You got
The
the
spirit of
for
wanting
it.
to talk to cute boys.
I mean, who
yeah.
doesn't?
Who
We love
doesn't want
talking
to
to
talk
these
to
cute
cute
boys.
boys or girls?
Or girls?
Yes. I mean, look at all these cute people here.
We're adorable.
I see 3
Yeah.
cute people.
I see.
4.
I see one cute boy. Oh my gosh. Well, with that in mind, we want to bring up the question to you. Do any of those surprise you at all? Because if some of them did, then that's totally fair, because some of them may not have been what you expected. It's about the mentality you bring to whatever goal that you're starting out with. A couple of those were read earlier, only because we've kind of seen where that path can go if you don't bring in the right mindset. And so the biggest thing to keep in mind when you do any of this stuff is don't let your goal turn you into something that you are not as a person. Like, don't push yourself to try and be something other than what you are.
Yeah, stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
True to your heart. Gotta be true to your heart.
True to your heart.
It took me a minute to figure out what you guys were singing. I was like, ow.
I don't even know what
You know,
that
it's
is.
from Mulan.
Fun.
I don't
Oh, yeah,
think I've watched enough
totally.
of Mulan to know what that is.
Exactly.
I've actually seen the Mulan sequel more than the original.
Oh no.
Oh, really? That's a tragedy. Anyway,
Anyway.
it is definitely like scary. It is definitely scary to like see what, like, us being super chill and up here being that we made it to YouTube. We've done it. But
Crack the code.
we've cracked the code. But like you heard us say before, we're all doing other stuff on top of our YouTube. We're not there, but it's okay to not be there. And what we want to do is help you guys make those steps however you want to. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start with our lovely Kathy, who is going to let us begin.
Well, no matter where you are, start. You're probably asking yourself, everyone here, oh geez, like how do I begin making content? Well, it usually begins with what you already like doing. The way I started out my channel back in 2009 was pretty much having a dear friend of mine hearing me sing one day and suggested that other people should hear me sing too. I at first was very, very scared and super anxious that there were going to be people out there that were going to hear my voice, and I was very terrified. But one day, after mustering up that courage and realizing that singing was something that made me really happy, I decided to upload my first cover on YouTube. And you probably think that where I am today, I started with high-tech technology, like microphones and fancy programs. But originally, all I had was a gaming set, headphones, believe it or not, and my own cell phone that I would sometimes record on SoundCloud and all that jazz.
Oh, man.
And for programs, and I feel really bad for saying this, I use Sony Vegas to edit and record my covers. Most people here
I still do that. I still use Sony Vegas. What are you talking about? Being ashamed.
editing software to record and edit audio.
It was pretty bad, but you start somewhere.
That's the.
And even though you didn't really have, or I didn't have any of that top-of-the-line fancy gear, I never let that stop me. And in fact, it encouraged me to keep learning and improve my craft. And that's where we're going to start with. Everyone starts somewhere. Like, you see a meme you like? Draw it. See a meme or a game you like? Play it. See a song you like? Cover it. People don't agree with why you're doing it? Do it anyway. If you don't start, no one will even see it. And you don't want that.
God, that is so true.
Preach it.
Like-
All right.
Preach it, sister.
Where did that come from?
Preach, hashtag preach. But like that is so true though, because like when I started, I didn't even have like anything to really edit on. I didn't have Sony Vegas. I used Windows Movie Maker, and I traced on sheets of paper. I know. I would trace on sheets of paper and put it on my computer and like line art the frames of anime that I liked.
But that's great,
and I had,
though.
like, I know. It was so fun. And I would like look and learn about how like the eyes looked and all of that. And then I finally started moving into like drawing on my own, which was not great at first. But like I started with just tracing for myself and then using that to learn how to draw, which is crazy.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing either. Like, again,
Oh yeah.
to start somewhere.
You're right. Oh my god, you're right. Everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly. And I remember back in the day, because I really liked people, and I was like, I want to sing with them one day, but I don't know if I ever will. What I would used to do is that I used to download covers that I really liked from people and sing along with them and make my own personal little duets with them, because it's like, this is the closest I'll ever get one day.
You're like clawing at the, you like have a hand on the window pane, like one day.
Exactly that.
I have a dream.
And back
There were videos for that.
Yeah. Like back in the
Yeah.
day, people made these things called duet-ready covers. In fact, I think I still see people make them today.
They do, not as much. But...
And basically, it's when someone sings one part of a song, and then you would sing the other part, and you would put it up as a response videos, which I miss dearly. I miss response videos so much.
I miss that too.
Those
I
were
miss that
so fun.
much.
I miss them so
Oh my
much.
God.
It was really what made things very social on YouTube, and I friggin' loved it. And my heart still cries out for those.
You can still add people on Twitter, though. I think like there are still people who are on there, like on Twitter. There are a lot of different social media platforms now.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard to like keep
Yeah, and
up.
it's amazing how people that inspired us to start somewhere are still like there, and they're just like
Yeah.
existing.
Dude, I wanted to start off as an animator, and now I still follow several people who I absolutely adored growing up, like Riley AV, Selfie 90. They're not Selfie. Blah, blah, blah. Self 94. Self 94. That's what it was. Because I have a friend named Selfie now, so I was like, Self 94 is on Twitter now. Follow her.
Yes, please.
Love her. But like, it's so weird because it's such a like everything looped back around.
So you think
Like,
they
I
started
wouldn't have known that
supporting
if it
you?
didn't start. They don't actually support me, but there are a couple people who do support me now that I would have never expected, and it would have never happened if I hadn't started in the first place.
Yeah, there are a
Yay.
lot of people who don't really support it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes, like, some people that you love or some people that you respect may not be supportive of, you know, the whole YouTube thing or you making content, whether it's on Twitter, SoundCloud, anywhere in general,
right.
if I'm going to be honest.
Uh-huh.
For me, personally, it was my family, and they originally thought, and if anybody here agrees in the audience, YouTube was something that wasn't going to make me anything beneficial, wasn't going to help me in any way with my career, but it doesn't have to be that way. And if you absolutely love it, if you want to pursue it, don't let it stop you from doing it. Like, if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think about is drawing or singing or making music, do it. It's a sign, guys.
Do
it's
it.
a sign.
What are you doing?
You have no idea how much it will ignite something in you, and that whole thing will inspire someone else to do it. You'd be amazed where something starts. It's like a chain reaction, and you are the one that can begin it and start it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And that goes in line with just because, yeah, you might not have like what some people call like proper equipment or whatever. It doesn't mean that should let you from starting. Like Cami said, she just started with pencil and paper. Or if you like doing skits or like fun little videos, just do it with your phone. I mean, I was gonna say flip phone, but I don't think even kids have that any nowadays.
But they made one.
Oh, God.
But it's coming
Phones.
back
But,
around.
like-
They're making flip phones again.
Which
I'm
is
so
absolutely
excited.
crazy.
I'm so excited.
But like, I guess for us, like 10 years ago or whatever. God, we're old. But like back in the day, like a lot of people just wouldn't care if you used your flip phone or used your crappy little phone with like whatever amount of quality. Like what matters is that you started doing it in the first place.
It takes courage.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It really does.
It does take a lot of courage to put something on there for everyone to see.
Yeah, definitely. And then once you start, you got to be able to like use that start.
Use that start.
Use that.
Use
start.
that start. Use that start. Which I believe leads us into our next topic.
Don't be afraid to reach out. So,
Woo!
Woo! So they don't call. So all these platforms and everything, they don't call it social media for nothing. Like a
Got 'em.
like. Oh god. So.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Anyways, so especially towards the beginning, something that I learned was, especially with back in the day, because we went on like forums and everything to kind of get this stuff together, is that community is key for this kind of stuff. Like, back in the day, the first community I started out in was the Vocaloid community, and they had these things called the YouTube Chorus forums. And so that's why I started meeting a lot of my first friends there. And so there used to be this little chat where they had, hey, put your Skype name here, and then we'll add everybody and all that stuff. And that was like when I first started making friends and started meeting people. And that's when we kind of started collabing with each other. And I learned about X, Y, and Z when it came to recording covers and stuff. And even further beyond, after like YouTube Chorus forums and stuff like that, especially back in the Brony days, lots of people kind of connected and collabed with each other. Like that is the majority of what I do these days, is collab with different people as either a vocalist or a lyricist or something else. So that's why, to the next page, collaboration is collaboration is key. Because so you might find that you create some long-lasting connections. Some of the closest people you might know can come from starting on projects together. Like, I'm still friends with a lot of people I did my very first chorus battle with. And, well, maybe not. Like, so I'm still connected with them, and they're still friends, and it's still like we're still following each other all these years afterwards. And it's a quick way to learn what you do and don't like about doing a project. You may learn that you love timing vocals, or you love doing the audio, you might love doing the art, but you don't like throwing the editing the video together or something like that. It's a great way to kind of fill in all those gaps, which goes into the next point. Your overall video quality will benefit from working with others. If you don't know how to do something, like for the longest time, I did not know squat about... I didn't know squat about knowing how to edit videos together or anything. But it was from talking with friends and kind of following like little YouTube tutorial videos and stuff like that, where I learned how to edit videos together, and it really helped a lot.
Bless you, Barry from Game Grumps.
That video is a friggin' lifesaver. Like, I learned how to... Listen, you're the one who sent me the friggin' video, and I learned how to do it from that. Like... That's
how I learned how to do it, too.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here just adoring
right here
Kathy's
on the fly,
videos.
in real time, right now.
Aww.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, real time. I heckin' love I love Kathy's edits on her videos. I wish I could do them.
Me too.
I hate editing.
They're simple, but they're from the heart, guys. They're from the heart.
That makes them count.
And
I just can't do all the layers.
And speaking of like chorus battles and stuff like that, join contests and competitions. Do things where there's like multiple animator projects or multiple animator projects. The more you kind of engross yourself in that community, the more you learn from people, and the more you're like, whoa, this is cool. I can learn this. I can apply this to my own projects, and you'll be able to learn so much. And this is something, and a very important note, something very important is that maybe you might get asked by someone you've admired for a long time to collab with them, or you just be like, I'm gonna try to reach out to this person, and maybe they'll be like, they say yes. It's important to remember they are a human being too, and you should treat them as such.
Yes.
Like, people can very easily tell when you're using them for some kind of gain or something like that, and that's an immediate turn off. So,
Like that's probably the big reason why too we had like the little red like notes in the background, because we've just seen that happen and we're like, ugh. Like you when you've been around as long as we have with my walker and cane, you come to find you learn about those kind of people.
Yeah.
And you learn about like how you don't want to have those kind of people around you.
They're definitely out there in this community. They're definitely there.
Oh yeah.
they're in everywhere. It's literally everywhere. Online, in the real world, there's always that kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you'll find more people who are like really fun to work with. More so than you'll find those people.
Exactly.
Like, trying to get up. Because I mean, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be around all these lovely people. To be perfectly honest.
Cammy.
I love you.
Let's be real. It started with like DJ reaching out to me. Like
It's crazy how
on several
this
different
happened.
occasions.
I know.
Yeah. Like, and I wouldn't have gotten my first big break on YouTube if I hadn't entered a contest. I entered an animation contest that was like 30 days, you have to animate a 30-second video. And I was like, word, I got this. I already had something started.
Nice.
And like I went from 300 subscribers to 700 in like a week. And I was like, oh my God, people like me?
People like me?
I definitely
People
like.
found me?
I definitely entered a competition too, and it was for back then when the Brony community was a thing. It was
You entered a brony competition?
yes, and it was a voice audition thing for Sim Gertina, and
I remember that.
I ended up. Yeah,
That's
and
how that
I ended up
relationship
going for
started.
it, and then that relationship helped, and I collabed with Sim Gertina on a lot of songs, and it was really great. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I learned a lot of things from him too, and sometimes it's hard to take that initiative to ask someone if they like to collab with you. Like,
Yeah.
for me personally, it's like an anxious feeling of wondering if they will take me seriously as a talented individual, or the fear of being rejected. But like Chi-Chi said, like, you have to remember that this person that you're talking to is a human being, and they also have their doubts, and they have their worries, and they have all these things, and whether your goal is just to be friends or to be like, you know, learning something from them, from your senpais, don't be afraid to be yourself. Like, don't be afraid. Like, as soon as you start putting masks all over, like, that's when stuff gets really messy and you start losing yourself, and you don't want to lose yourself in a collaboration at all. You want to keep yourself in there. You want to keep that uniqueness in you.
I too did the brony. Those brony. I was a huge brony. Very big. My first big break was actually I don't know. I mean, Chi-Chi will probably know Forest Rain.
Yeah, I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
The big smile project. That was like the very first thing that I recorded
believe you
for.
were in that. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. but that.
Oh my God.
And going back to no matter where you are, start. That was the very first time I started, and I recorded with the microphone of my MacBook. And the quality was terrible.
Oh my
Recorded
gosh.
it anyway. And what touched me is that Forest Rain, the YouTuber that I looked up to, sent a reply back and said, "Oh my gosh, what you had so much fun in your recording. Like, thank you." And I was like, wow.
That sound.
Like, thank you so much. But another thing, I think, and it's something that I don't hear too often, but I think it's a thing that should be said, is I guess one thing to keep in mind when if you're looking to do like a solo collab with someone, you like straight up email someone and say, "Hi, my name is Minecraft Gamer 2000, and I really want to do a collab with you. I have some great lyrics and everything." A lot of content creators are down to collab, but they also want to see that you can make content too before accepting any collaboration from you. Because like you can have like the best singing voice in like the entire state of Idaho or something, but but if your channel doesn't like have any, I'm sorry.
Someone out there is great.
So in
Idaho got talent. That could be you. But anyway, if your channel like doesn't show any of that talent or anything, the person that you're trying to email or get in contact with are probably, and it's like kind of the hard truth, they're probably gonna gloss over you because they want to see that you are capable of doing something. You're capable of recording. They kind of want to hear what you sound like, so because otherwise, like some creators, I know I've heard some stories, some creators that had some like nasty interactions with like people just.
Yeah, and that's definitely also out there, and it is the hard truth, but it is something to keep in mind, just like anything. And if you have anxiety or if you have feels or anything like that, just know that, like I said, like
It might happen.
yeah, it might happen.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, like, don't be afraid to do it. Like, because
don't be afraid.
once you do it, you'll be more comfortable doing it again and again and again and again and again until somebody says yes. And that's kind of like, when you keep on going and going and going like that, it leads into like the next thing, which would be your work, online, and life balance. So the biggest thing about the job that I do, like I said before, I'm a news assistant. They can call me in at any time of the day, at any day of the week. My shifts can rotate every 3 months, so I could be going from a day shift to a night shift, back to a day shift, to an early shift, to a late shift. It's literally the epitome of work controls what I can and cannot do. I have to plan things like months in advance if I want to do anything. Yeah, Speed Racer, I agree with you. It's revs my engines so badly. Quarantine's got me like...
Is that what it was?
But, yes. But it was the same thing for me in college. I was a varsity athlete, so I had 20 plus hours a week dedicated solely to swim practice, plus 25 to 30 hours a week dedicated to class and studying. That doesn't even include the community service that I had to do, and the social life that I tried to keep up, and the sleep that I tried to get because I had to get a good night's sleep every night. There was not a lot of time to dedicate to my YouTube channel. But I've been able to kind of like work things out and prioritize what I need to prioritize, and that includes myself. And I'm not the best at this method, but you always need to remember to breathe.
Yes.
It is so important to breathe and not constantly be work.
You're not a robot.
Yeah.
You're a
not.
human being.
You're so much more than a number on a social media platform. You gotta remind yourself of that by just taking yourself back, step back, find some ways to keep yourself grounded. And you also gotta treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat
Once in a
yourself.
while, treat yourself. Once in a while, spoil yourself with something just because you want it. Like, you have the money for a Switch, but you're not entirely sure. Like, get the Switch. You want to play it.
That's so
Get the
important.
Switch.
And I feel like people
You're-
always cross it.
Yeah.
They're like not sure if they should get it. Like, I had that issue even earlier. I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it, and my mom had to be the one to tell me, treat yourself, get it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And if you want the cheesecake, eat the cheesecake.
Eat the friggin'
It's
cheesecake.
okay. It's a friggin'
Do
cheesecake.
it. Come to my cheesecake.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to. And,
Fly over. We're opening soon.
yeah, ooh, yeah. At the end of the day, you need to treat yourself well. Because everything needs to be taken care of. Everything, like your computer needs to be taken care of. You gotta make sure you have all the necessary updates. And you yourself need to be taken care of. So you gotta listen to your body when you're working on projects and working on your job, and understand that it's okay to have those days off. And to make sure that you are safe and that you are secure, because that is really important.
That is super important.
Uh-huh.
Especially with like writer's block and sometimes there's writer's block, singer's block, artist block, all that jazz.
God,
And there's an obstacle in your path and you're kind of just stuck with no inspiration or no motivation. That can kill the vibe. That can kill everything. And I can understand how some people get overwhelmed by that sort of thing. But like Cami said, it's okay to have days off. It's okay to take a break and chill.
Yeah.
And that goes with anything. Too much of like one thing is just too much.
Even something you love.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
you can have the cheesecake, don't have it every day.
Uh-huh.
Give it some space, you know? Some space.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it sit.
And as a little note, to be honest, this is something I still personally struggle with, and like I'm sure everyone else on this panel can attest to it too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
Just the laugh.
but beyond that, something that really helped me is the fact that I have work outside of YouTube, and that I'm going to. I'm not going to school anymore. I graduated. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
But
Yeah.
like school and family, of course, and friends, and like the forces around me have helped me keep grounded in terms of like balancing out where I am, so that I'm not super overwhelmed. So that's just like a little strategy there for you if you need help with that.
It's good to have a good support system.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so important.
Very
And that's where
important.
like the connections can come back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's good
Yeah.
to be around people who are positive and people that are willing to pretty much give you like good feedback and not be all like fans.
Yeah.
Like people that are critical with you, but also just being like, hey, serious with you, but also know how to vibe with you and just chill with you and just be all giddy like my friends here. Like,
People
My
who
friend.
you want people who can be authentic with you.
yes.
Yeah. You're not gonna catch the four of us talking about YouTube 24/7
No.
all the
No.
time.
Oh,
no.
Lord, no.
We would go insane.
Please, no.
Hell
It's either
no.
fandoms or how our day was.
Or memes.
Oh,
Lots of
Lord.
memes.
Or meme. Lots of memes.
Of course, the memes.
So many memes.
Of course.
And like
Whatever's-
we also know when
whatever's
it's time to like, yeah, whatever's popping. But we also like are all friends. We're there for each other when like stuff hits the fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what's super cool is that like I know that all of y'all like y'all love my content, but y'all also love me.
Yeah, and that's important. That is super
duper
important.
freaking important.
Yeah, you
If
gotta
I had a
find
friend
the
that
people.
loved my content more than me, I'd question our friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You don't want
That's the
fans
thing.
as your friends. You want someone to get to know you better outside of YouTube or outside of your social media platform. Like, you are a human being, guys. You are.
Yeah.
That's a huge point to take away from this. Human beings, YouTubers they're people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that also doesn't mean that a fan can't become a friend. It's just
Yes,
like you don't want
absolutely.
to. You don't want to like keep it that way. Of like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I love everything you do. You can't do no
Boundaries.
wrong because everybody's a human. They can do something wrong.
Boundaries.
Boundaries and the
Another
big
thing-
old B.
Another thing
They all be.
is like, you can't make everybody happy. Like,
Uh-huh.
there are gonna be people out there that are gonna not want you to take a break, that they want you to keep making content. And for that, I would say, you know, like, it's not for them to decide. That's your channel. You choose whether or not you want to make the content or not, or if you want to take the break or not.
Yeah.
This is where you treat yourself well.
Yes.
Yes.
But don't treat yourself too well. If you want to create that YouTube content, keep up the grind, but in a very healthy manner. Like,
Yes.
if you're starting off YouTube, don't say like, "Oh, I'm gonna start uploading videos. I'm gonna do it 3 videos a week." Like, that's a mighty goal to
Yeah.
set off the bat. It's really important to like be really, really slow and learn what you can handle. Learn what kind of goals are realistic for you.
A lot of the people who do produce content every day now have this like whole team of people that like help them every day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
it
you're
takes-
not
I
gonna
feel
have
Some
that
people
starting
don't
out.
know that. I feel like some
Yeah.
people don't know that.
Yeah, like there are some people out there who think Markiplier does everything for his channel.
And that's not true.
Absolutely
That is
not.
absolutely not true.
No.
Heck no.
Yeah.
Oh.
As the saying goes, it takes a village.
It does take a village, but you got to. Every village starts with one man.
Exactly.
You got to start your village. You got to build your village.
One
And
sexy
you build
5
it in
Nights at
time.
Freddy's loving man.
Another thing is just if one thing worked out for one YouTuber, it doesn't mean that like the way that they manage things doesn't mean that it's gonna work the same with you. Like you
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
take the time to grow your channel and find what works best for you.
Yes, the balance that works for each person is going to be different.
It's gonna be completely different. They can offer you advice,
like-
but it's your choice to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually you're gonna find that balance. It's gonna like take time, and like you're not always gonna get it right, but you'll find your balance.
Yeah, you'll find
Like,
your balance.
You'll find your schedule. You'll find your times. You'll find your people.
You'll get your feng
and like
shui.
it'll start working out. Yeah, you'll get your feng shui.
Your feng shui.
Heck yeah.
And soon your feng shui might evolve into something good.
Yes.
Might
Heck
evolve into
yeah.
something big.
Yep.
And that brings us to our other point, which is like a word of caution, maybe. Don't count your subs before they hatch.
Ooh, what do you mean?
Which is interesting because, like, you think, oh, you made it, right? Like, oh, my channel has a lot of traction. I'm making Ma and Pa proud. So you think, oh, it's like smooth sailing from here. Like, I made it. Like, I'm doing okay, right? Well, surprising to some, it might not be as easy as it seems. So I'm going to share a little personal story for me personally. A personal story that came up bad. But I guess I kind of want to share it as a cautionary tale. It's not like, oh, woe is me, I have a big channel, but like, it certainly could have been handled a lot better. So, here's a little short story of my channel. So, from 2012 to 2015, I had a channel with around like 800 subs. It wasn't really something that I'd focus on. It was just kind of a channel that I would just post a video every once in a while, like every 4 months or so.
Like a hobby.
Yeah, like a hobby.
Yeah.
And I just mostly put it there so I could just drop song covers on a whim when I just like wanted to share my voice. That came like after that Forest Rain competition thing. Come the year of 2015. A fun little game called Undertale came out, and I sang a little parody for it, and it just absolutely exploded in my face. My channel was just getting more eyes on it than ever before, and it was really, really shocking. So, what do I do then? You would think I would captivate that, I would take advantage of that, strike the iron, whatever the term is. But this is... I got it? All right. Is that what it is? Strike the iron?
Yeah, you strike while the iron's hot. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot the hot part. But
It's okay.
But anyway, it's kind of where I fell flat on my face. I didn't really post a lot of content after that. I still only posted like 3 to 4 months like before, and the real kicker is that I only posted Undertale videos because I'm like, oh, people like this, like I'll just keep doing more of it. Which is something I enjoyed at the time, but the problem was that it wasn't my only passion. And if you're wanting to make a channel based off something you love, you better make sure you love it. Because cut to today, I'm still mostly known for that Undertale video and any other Undertale thing I've done, which I still care for it, but I just don't care for as much as I did back then. I mean, I still love the game and everything.
It's a great game.
It's a great game.
It is.
But like...
Oh god, it's so good.
But like any content that I try to do nowadays, it just gets flooded with comments saying, "I want Undertale, bring back the Bone Man." Like, what more?
It can be pretty overwhelming.
It can be a lot overwhelming, and it gets a little like discouraging wanting to post other things that I like. So I guess bottom line is, even though I do have success on my channel, it's really far away from where I want it to be. In retrospect, if I really wanted to continue doing YouTube, which I did, and I still do, I really should have introduced my audience to more things that I like. What djsmell is all about. Not just the Bone Man, but like everything that I like. Which brings us into our I almost said our meme. Which brings us into our slide.
You hang out with me
Someone
too
make
much.
this a meme!
You hang out with me too much.
I've been saying it for like years now.
Please.
For anyone who doesn't, we use meme as like any kind of noun.
I say meme for everything.
I love it though. It's so good.
But it's important to, if you are getting big, which is great, take a look back. Where are the views coming from? Is it gradual? Is it all at once? Because content is always changing, which means that some things that are popular now may slow down with time. Like Undertale.
Like Undertale.
And it's the subject matter or the way you're presenting it in that people are enjoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Will you
definitely.
still want to make it to next year? In a month? Next week? It's pretty much just what I'm saying. I'm so sad.
I'm patting him right now as we speak.
Like I said, like it's a cautionary tale. I didn't mean to be like woe is me and everything, but like I know it's
it's a
something that I
valid
gotta do.
thing.
Yeah, of course.
It happens, and like people don't realize how easy it is. And like I think one person who put it really well is DA Games. It's like if you put your finger into fandom, they'll take your arm.
Yeah.
Like, so you gotta be really careful
That's
not to let them
accurate.
take your
That's
arm.
accurate.
I agree with that.
So what's important is
freaking
to,
accurate.
if they do take your arm, you got to do whatever you can to take your arm back.
Yeah. Please take your arm back.
Also see what sticks. If there is a jump in your viewership from something you actually enjoyed, continue to do it. Nothing wrong with that. But also don't be afraid to experiment outside of that content to widen your net. And of course, have friends who love your content but love you more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, love your
Twinkle,
friends. I love all of you.
Oh, woo.
Love you guys.
Woo.
Can I just say something? Because this is something that I've noticed even before. Like, honestly, I feel like most of us have been in YouTube for a long time. And we were all lingering there for a long time.
Yeah.
And there's always this thing where there are some YouTubers that are new, like, last year or this whatever, and last week, and they already have like 3 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And you look at us, little ones here, who these oldies, and you're probably wondering, why haven't we reached there? And honestly, we look back at the balance of working and school and all that jazz, like it's pretty much like we could have gone there, but we tried to muster whatever we could to make sure that we're trying to keep up with our own lives and things like that. And sometimes, like, when you're making constant content, it's like I could be making constant content, or I can just making content every month or 3 months or so. But regardless of all that, like, you're making content, and we have fans that really appreciate the stuff that we do, and so it's okay to do that sometimes. Like, you don't have to be a working machine constantly on that part. Like, the views will come.
It's okay to have that safety net where you're wanting to still be working a job and want to make sure that you're okay.
And sometimes you don't know if you're gonna be okay, and that like can be really like
It's very stressful.
jaw dropping. I'm like, that's a lot of things. Because at the end of the day, if you want to do YouTube full time, it is a full time job, and you are self-employed.
Yeah,
That is that is a
leap-
monster in itself.
Yeah.
And the thing is that there are so many people that I'm around in this community, and like I said before, I love to see friends thrive, but when they look at the stars instead of the ground in front of them, they don't see the cliff that's coming. And that's a big thing. And sometimes some people are so caught up in everything that's happening, like, look, Mom, I got 10K on this video. I should be doing...
I'm gonna go full time!
Yeah, I'm gonna quit my job and do all that jazz. And that's
like,
sometimes...
we're all looking like, no!
And 10K is impressive.
10K is impressive, and it's great. Nobody is saying anything bad about that. It's the fact that sometimes you need to be cautious. Not be a little impulsive, but be cautious, because sometimes crazy stuff can happen.
Yeah.
And you might not know of it. Is the big reality in this YouTube business.
Exactly. But then, like, once you like take that moment to kind of look back, you get yourself situated. You become aware. You're like, okay, I've got my friends on the other side. I miss all of you. I miss you a lot. I got all my friends, I got all my content that I want to do, and it's like what I want to make, and I have my schedule, I have like my health, I have my security, I have my ideas. That, like, it will go, and you will go. And no matter where you are after that, don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop the music.
Don't stop the beat.
Believing.
Hold on to the feeling. This would work a lot better if we were in sync. Sadly, it isn't.
Have fun timing that together.
If we only
don't
could
worry.
sing that for you in public.
I have to edit this in post.
We'll fix it in post. If I will fix it in post, I mean you'll fix it in post.
I thought we was friends.
I like your content more than you, Cami. I'm sorry.
No, don't say that.
Take that back. We're trying to teach the opposite.
That's why I still hear lyrics.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna be nice to you.
It's an old,
gonna be nice to you.
For those who don't know, it's an old joke between me and Cami with that whole lyric thing.
We have inside jokes like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I need to calm down.
Okay.
Remember to breathe.
All right.
Remember to breathe.
Let's keep this gravy train going.
keep the gravy train. Because remember, we can't stop because the dream is very different. The dream is very, very different today than it was like when we started YouTube. It is such a different monster. The platform has diversified, it's multiplied, and
Absolutely.
it's yeah, and it's something people can actually do as a career.
Which is really crazy.
Some of us didn't do this as a career, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We did this as a hobby.
Back then it was
it's
just
like
for
for fun.
Yeah, like it's amazing how the platform is diversified. It's amazing that like people can actually like go for this, and that's awesome. Like,
Yeah, it's
way the heck you
great.
go and
Freaking
you go
awesome,
for
yeah.
it. Oh my god, I love that. Love that.
Something
we love
that
somebody
you
with
love
dedication.
doing is now going to be something that can make you like a career path. Like that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not any less scary. It's terrifying. Yeah, but that's okay. It's okay that it's scary. It's totally okay because God, I'm still scared of it. And I'm at a point where like I'm looking at like my growth lately, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. I still don't want to do it yet. And like that's okay because you gotta find out where you want to go, and you gotta take the time to get there. Like as you want to do it, because everybody has their own pace.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like it helps to kind of set your own schedule and like get yourself situated on like what you want to work on and when you want to work on it.
Yes.
Like, me personally, I don't do like the physical sticky notes. I always just have like reminders in my phone.
Yes.
And I have like the audio notifications, so like randomly I'll hear like a ding and I go, what? Oh, I gotta work on this thing.
With that said, sticky notes are great.
For
Yes,
me,
they are.
physical formats are like important to me because sometimes I'm not always on my computer, and when I'm doing work or when I'm doing school, when I don't have my phone on me sometimes, and when I wake up in the morning, I like to have something physical there that reminds me that YouTube is a thing, and sometimes reality and internet are two things that are very controversial sometimes to certain people, and how they balance that. But as long as you have something that keeps you in reminder,
whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you in the end is Gucci.
Kathy just thumbs up to the monitor for anyone who wanted to know.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. And then like another thing to keep in mind, you gotta finish your projects.
Finish
You
your
gotta finish
projects.
them.
It's okay if you got like 1 or 2 or 7 or 20 works in progress, but try to finish
Guilty.
one, at least one.
Yeah.
And this goes back to people gotta see your stuff, and they're never gonna see it if you never put it out there.
And it can be overwhelming seeing that like giant pile of like work in progress, but you actually feel really amazing just finishing one of those.
Yes. Once you finish one, then you'll start to see a little light shining, and you'll be like, "Wow, I can do more!" And it opens you up to more possibilities.
You'll get that.
And
train
nothing
rolling.
beats like when you put a piece of content up for the first time, and like I'll do this for like the first 24 hours. I will look at all of my comments and I will read all of them.
It's so. I'm not gonna shame anyone who does this, by the way, because this is normal. It is normal to look at your videos after you post them on YouTube a bunch of times.
Obsessively.
It is completely fine.
Yes.
You're not in any sort of way anything. This
not
is
vain.
you reassuring yourself that you did something and it's great. And that's
We
good.
still
That is
do
healthy.
that. We still do that today.
Yeah.
I love looking at my friends' content
It is very
because
important.
it's great.
It is very important for you, so do not feel shameful if you do that today.
Oh yeah.
It is
Oh yeah,
totally
please!
valid.
It's
Like,
not a vain
go
thing.
to your latest video and just look at it again and again.
Oh yeah.
Look at it.
Any recent video of mine, I'm just constantly looking at it.
Yeah, because it helps you. I'm gonna be honest with you. It helps you motivate yourself to do more. Like if you think of it, like when I think of it, I'm like, oh, if I finish this one, then maybe I can finish another one. Because if it's making such an impact how it is, and even if it isn't, the fact that you finish something in general is great, and it just feels like you're $1 million.
All it takes is
weight's
one
like a
comment
LinkedIn.
that's like, "Hey, good job," and I'm like, "I did a good job."
Yeah, it's like I did it.
I still remember my first subscriber, and I still follow her to this day. And like, I still remember it's like,
Oh my god.
yep, I still follow her. I've still subscribed to her, and I still remember her as my first subscriber, and she was the first person to comment on all my videos, and I still hold true to that today.
Nice.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, like I just posted a comment on my community channel, and it was my thank you for 100K. I've had the channel literally almost 10 years now. It's gonna be 10 years in August. And like some of the comments that I've gotten were all like, yeah, toast, hooray, awesome. But the ones that really like hold dear to my heart are like the few that were like, I've been here since 2013. It's so good to see your growth. And I'm like, ah!
And the thing
You've
that
been here so
wows
long.
me-
Why
the
did you
thing
not
that
leave?
wows me so much is that even if you're not posting content, even if you disappear for a while and then you post something, you'll be amazed how many of like the fans that were with you before just randomly come up and be like, oh my god, she's alive, and they'll be like, wow, like
Too many times.
and to be honest, that is like such nice reassurance, and I am totally grateful for that. I appreciate those people who go out of their way to comment something, and it's just great, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate
It means
that.
a lot. It really means a lot.
Oh my god, it does. I mean, like we said, we all like look at the comments all the time, and so like getting that little boost of motivation from people is so good. It's so good for your morale.
Yeah.
It's so good for like all of your stuff. It's just like the best way I work is by like getting hyped up by the people that I work with. Everyone that I've worked with so far is always like, oh my god, I love this project, and I go, oh my god, me too, and we just like build on each other's hype until the video's done, and I'm like, ah! Screaming at the top of my lungs.
Like, whenever
Like,
I feel like I'm so up there, like I'm high up there, I always like to go down and look at like how everything has affected me beforehand and how I started out. I like to look and review my videos from before all that happened and kind of realize like all these people supported me, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all those wonderful people that supported and was watching my videos and stuff like that. And that's seriously important. I also feel like that's something that YouTubers and content creators forget nowadays. Like, they ignore the fact that they used to be like that and they used to come to that point, and I feel like it's always good to just remind yourself that, and it makes you feel really good about yourself too.
Yeah. So like that's pretty much, I think,
Yep.
we got what we wanted to say in.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yep, so just no matter where you are, you gotta start. You really gotta start. Don't you
Yes.
dare not start.
Start.
If you've been thinking about
If
it
you've
for a
already
while,
started,
just go
good
for
for
it.
you.
Be the chain reaction that you want to be, and you can start from anything. There's so many fandoms, there's so many amazing things that you can start with, and believe me, the cool thing about all of this and all of us is that we're all unique in our own special way. There is not one thing that we don't do. That there's always things that we come up with, ideas and stuff like that, and it's always great to have that in the community. There's always something new waiting in the door.
Yeah.
And you're gonna evolve. Like, you're gonna evolve from what you wanted to start to do. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I started wanting to be like a full-time animator. Like, I wanted to do all the cool drawings and stuff, and then I figured out I don't have time.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like I found myself maneuvering into like the song cover stuff because I liked music and I liked doing that thing. And then I found myself doing my own original music because I liked like the characters, and I was like, I have an idea in my head, and it just evolved from there, which is like the coolest thing. And like, don't forget to reach out, because I wouldn't be able to do this thing with all these lovely people if they hadn't reached out to me and I hadn't been able to get in contact with them.
Yes.
Bless you, Cami.
Bless you.
Bless your face.
Bless everybody here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all
It's
beautiful.
been an honor to be in this panel with all of you. Like, it really is. It's such a heartwarming thing to be with friends that are like the same things that I like, and that I can freely be myself and know that they love me for me and also my content.
Yes. Get yourself some people who will hype you up and love you so much.
Yes, that is
Yes.
very important. And I hope that everybody here, the audience, has that support team. Maybe not today,
Yeah.
but in the future. There are always pathways, there are always doors that are just waiting to be open, and you have the power to do that.
Yep, you'll find your people. You'll find them. It's gonna take a little bit, but you'll find those people.
The internet is a wide source of people that
Like
will
I said,
most
there are not
likely-
just numbers out
there's
there. Those
always
are people
something.
behind those numbers. Like
Yes.
those 10K, 100K, 1000K, like million. Those are all one person. Every single number is a person,
Yep.
including you.
Including you.
And you.
You are
And you.
And you.
And you. And
And
you.
you.
And you.
We're all our own independent people, and we need to love ourselves.
Yep.
Love yourself.
All
Yes. Oh, well, thank you all. Thank you for the lovely people in the panel with me.
Yeah,
You're so
thanks for
kind as
having
to
us.
lend me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And thank you all for listening in and like being active and like wanting to know more about this. By all means, that's super cool.
It's super
And I didn't think I'd be able to do this, so I'm really excited. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool that
Yeah!
MomoCon was able to still have these like online panels.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's so super cool of them to still be able to do that. And like give like people like us the opportunity to speak. So thank you so much to MomoCon.
Thanks,
Yeah,
MomoCon.
thanks,
And-
MomoCon so much.
And here's to a wonderful next year.
Yeah.
We got this.
We are going to see you
We
next
got
year.
this.
And if you
We'll
want
see
to
you
check
next
us
year.
out, you can always check
Yeah.
us out on our YouTube channels. Those should be
Yes.
links
Let's
provided.
drop our channels really fast before we go.
Yes.
So we got me, which is Cami-Cat, Cami-Cat. If you search it on YouTube, you'll find it. If you search D&D song, you'll probably find it.
Oh wow, nice.
I know, it's crazy, right? No, I'm still, like, I'm over the moon. People can find me by Googling. It's so cool.
If you want to find me, just look up she on YouTube. Just find the green gremlin with kitty mouth holding a game controller. Google's not much help for that, but YouTube you'll find it. And on Twitter, I'm Chi, letter A, letter I.
Oh yeah, I'm Cami-Cat tweets on Twitter.
I forgot we have Twitters, the tweets.
I forgot we have Twitters. All these social media platforms, man. I'm too old for this.
Yeah, we're too old for this. All right.
What's a TikTok?
For me, you can find me. For me, you can find me on YouTube. Surprise! On Kathy Chan, Kathy hyphen. I think it's hyphen.
Yeah.
Chan with
It's a
a
hyphen.
star.
I said hyphen. It'll
Hopefully
be in the
YouTube doesn't
video.
take my star. And my Twitter is Smango, like S in a mango, cat 246. And I do a lot of tweets sometimes, whenever I feel like it.
I love your tweets. It's good content.
It is very
Hey,
good
tweets are
content.
good. And I'm DJ Smell. I'm DJ Smell on YouTube. And DJ Smell 1 on Twitter.
Well, now I wish we'd done it the entire time like that so people might actually fall asleep to it instead of laughing chaotically.
Well, maybe they will fell asleep in that last 5 seconds.
Oh, maybe they will have. Let's hope. Let's
hope.
pray. Because then maybe they would have watched the whole thing and then fallen asleep.
Thank God it's, recorded.
Yeah.
This isn't live?
This wasn't live. What do you mean?
We've been
What?
lied to.
We've been rehearsing this for 12 hours.
I need a break.
Me too. All
All
right.
right.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all
everybody.
So much.
Thank you, MomoCon.
Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the next panel.
Bye. Thank you. You got this.
You got this.
Got this.
You got this.